So the gym's open. It's good and bad. I don't know. It's good because we have a shot, but it's bad because I don't know if it's gonna work out. To be honest, it's too early to tell. Oh, that's the non-COVID cough once again. To my people, I have a T-shirt slave living with me, non-Asian, really expensive. Also does random house chores and different things. What? A plant? I can't even see it from here. A fake plant? Oh. Beside the lamp? Oh. Oh, I saw something. Um. Yeah. I don't know. So if I say I don't know, it's different than saying you know, right? I can't say KNOW in any way then. Is that what we're saying?
Just get a new catchphrase.
What?
Get a new catchphrase.
Get a new catchphrase. It's not even a catchphrase.
It's like, okay. Just joking, don't do that. You do that.
It's not a catchphrase. There's no such things as a catchphrases. A one catchphrases.
Catch a cold better than you catch a phrase.
Catch a COVID.
Huh?
A COVID. You know the bid? You have the bid.
You're making a vid right now. It's not cold. So loud.
Yeah, look at this balance thing. Where do we like it? We like it here. Or no, that's dumb. Like
I
that?
am the reason.
Too many coughs. Too many coughs. With every cough, there's a long. Every cough, there's a long joke behind it. And some random giggles. Giggling randomly. See? It's fun down here in the basement. We're moving on up. Then we're on the east side. That's no joke. That's a true thing. Finally got a piece of the pie. Door is closed. Shut. The door is shut. What's that from? Return of the King. Lord of the Rings. I almost forgot where it was from. It was like Return of the King. And what's it about? Yeah, a lot of stuff. Man. Gym is stressful, yo. Oh, I didn't even. Pardon me. I didn't even welcome and start the show. This is Gary Aguto with Balance 519. Haven't been on for a little bit. Hence the gym being open and us trying to get things started. Try to get them going. A lot of rules. It's kind of it's now it's pretty easy, and all the cleaning's getting Like, there's a system. But man, there are some people. And we have to be patient. I get it. You know. Oh, shoot. I said it. I said it. Okay. We're going to count when I edit how many times I say that. You know. You know. My sister caught me on that. You say a lot, Yeah, well, that. That's sometimes just what I'm saying, You know that. All right, but some people at the club aren't following the rules, and it's early, so you don't know if they're just trying to get away with things and knowing what the rules are, or if it's just simply forgetting. Because, hey, I go into my office and I come running out to the front desk, and sometimes I forget to put my mask back on. I know it's like 12 steps from my desk to the front desk, but rules are rules. And if there was somebody coming out and in that hallway, probably not going to be able to socially distance well. And yeah, it's just the mask is just a better chance in not spreading something that you may have. Like, if you potentially have something, you have a better chance in not spreading it. So, I mean, those are the better odds. So that's why that is our rule. And it's been confusing, even though the video that we just put out 2 days ago on TikTok has over 3,000 views. So I don't know, someone's watching it. It's over, I don't know, 3,000 on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, you're allowed to take your mask off once you're at your machine, at your bench, at your rack. But when you leave, because if you're going to go to the cleaning station or you're going to go to your next machine, you may be in an area where you might be passing somebody uh, closer than the recommended 6 feet of distance. So, hey, if you have a mask on, it makes it so much easier. You don't have to worry so much. It's not like you're going to be hugging anyone in there, but just have your mask on. Then there's the other difficult part because I see a lot of old training partners getting together. Awesome. To be honest, I really think if you're going to train with a training partner that's 100% not in your social bubble, it would be best if you guys, or girls, do it with your masks on. Now, you guys could be, I don't know your social bubbles, so that's up to your discretion, but I definitely recommend if training partners are meeting up again. I know you're excited. We're happy to have you, but still want to try and keep everyone safe. So if you're going to train together, please have your mask on. I haven't said in a while. You know? Yeah, the club is. It reminds me of when Mike and I first bought the club, to be honest. I almost said not as much debt, but it seems the same. It's the difference between when we purchased the club, there was a lot of debt off the hop. Now that we're, man, it's actually, I know it's called Everything Fitness. It's operating as Everything Fitness, but the original and the uh, corporation name is still Stay Fit Health Center Limited. And the anniversary to Stay Fit Health Center Limited is Canada Day, so it passed, and that would have marked the 20th year because it was open July the first. It was July 1st weekend, in 2000. That's when Doug opened it. So we had these big plans in January after our awesome January that turned into COVID. Um, that it was like 2020 and 20 years of business. And wow, we almost got shut right down. It's true, we're not out of the woods yet. It's tough. It's gonna be tough. Next 90 days, we'll really know where we're at. You know, it's not it's it's not 100%. Everyone, you know, believe me, that's not keeping the club around is definitely the goal. Um, Mike and I are, you know, we're fighters, and we're gonna do everything we can to keep the club. But there's a lot of cancellations, you know, and a lot of them. It's not even nothing. Obviously, nothing against the club. There's a lot of our. We had a lot of baby boomers at our club. We had a lot of retired people at our club, and yeah, they're worried, and I totally get it. You know, I wouldn't want my mom to come to the club. She was a member. Just, you know, she's old. She's in her 70s. Sorry, mom. You look great, by the way, but you are in your 70s. I don't know. I only hugged my mom this month since March. So was it this month? Maybe last month. I think it was Father's Day. Okay, so it was last month. Regardless, it was a bit. Just because I was scared, even though we stayed within our social bubbles as well. Um, but yeah, those people are canceling, and I get it. And the other ones that also aren't leaving on bad terms. It's just they invested a lot of money in equipment when we closed. So if you buy a treadmill for a couple thousand and a rack and a bar, and you spend a good chunk of change on your own home gym, well, you're probably going to try and at least utilize that investment and save on not having to pay for the gym. Totally understandable. Not mad at them either. Not mad at anybody. You do you. You know, um, I mean, everyone knows what's best for them. So, that's even. Oh shoot! I said it. Dang it. Um, but yeah, everyone knows what's best for them. You can do, home workouts. You can whatever. You can even leave the. You know what? When people leave the club to go to another club, they got a reason. Why am I gonna stress about keeping somebody that doesn't want to be there? It's like relationships. Somebody doesn't want to be with you, then go. Don't hang out and try to convince somebody that doesn't want to be there to be there. It's not gonna happen. It's definitely easier to move on because there's probably somebody out there that does want to be there. I almost said it. That's right, Jammer. Getting better at this. It's not COVID. I had ice cream. I have a lot of ice cream. I'm huge. Jeez. I'm so big now, I won't even weigh myself because it'll make me diet and do a show. And there's no way I'm doing a show right now. Not right now. No, really? My body is broken. Oh. It, recovering from the stroke and then doing the bodybuilding show and doing the fight, I feel not worse. Can't say worse. I feel that the machine's even, I guess it makes sense, more broken now after those two events than directly after like after recovery. Uh, or maybe I feel the same. I don't know, but it's been a year now since the fight, and 2 years. So a year from the fight, 2 years since the show, 3 years from the stroke. Um, yeah, I can't. I because I know I physically can't handle it. I can't handle recovery. I can't handle. I can't handle the training, and the training is what I love. Of course, you want to win every show you do. Of course, you want to win every fight you do. But training for the fight and or prepping and dieting and grinding for a show, that's the best. It's the best because you get into that, to that tunnel vision, blinders on mode. I mean, it's such a being a being a competitor, you get very, you know, self-centered and selfish for the task at hand, even if you don't mean to be, even if you're not someone like that. I talk to my clients a lot about trying not to let their outside relationships um, change while they're in prep, because those people that love them and they love and that they're with all the time, they didn't choose to do the show. You know, they did. They did not. uh, but so when diet starts to suck in the training, and then you're just you know grouchy because you're low carb and you're hungry, and you still got second cardio to do, and you still got meals to make because you got to wake up and it's a new shift, or someone called in sick and you got to cover, or you pulled your hamstring a bit, so now you don't know if you're going to train legs, and now you just got to put potatoes in the oven and get fry some fish or something, boil some broccoli. That grind can suck, but you chose to do it. You're the competitor. You want to do the show. You want to do the fight. Even for fighters, you might have a bad sparring session. You're leading up to world championship, national championship, to first pro fight or first time fighting high performance, and it doesn't go well, your sparring session. You don't go home and then take it out on everybody. Take it out on your family, take it on your kids, your wife, or your husband, or boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever it may be. If you're a competitor, that's on you. Yeah, you can vent about it, but don't take your don't, because you were a punching bag in class that night, don't turn your spouse into a verbal one. You know, it's different. Venting to them about a bad session is different than taking it out on them. There is a big difference, and it's tough. I know you're, fighters and competitors under a lot of stress to do what they do and still have a full time job and have a family and just have all those other things and have this work ethic that needs to be done over and above what they do. It's demanding, and it can get stressful. So I think there should be common understanding on both sides, but truly, you're the one that chose to do it. So try to have more patience and realize when you're actually, if something actually bothers you, or if it's just the grind talking, because that happens. Uh, Coaching and teaching lately is tough. It reminds me of trying to stay in shape like I am now, and I'm doing a terrible job because I'm really happy. Like, other than the gym stress, my personal life is really good. So all I do is eat and like hang out in the sun, and I train. Like, it's not that I don't train, so I feel really good. But I'm not lean, and I don't care to be. It's funny when I'm stressed out in my personal life. I train a lot and I don't eat because I'm so stressed out. And then when everything's, I'm man. We are less than a week now, or a week today. We're moving on up to the east. I said that earlier, but I don't even know if you're gonna hear it because I probably will cut that. But yeah, we are legitimately moving on up, and we're in the east side. All my older listeners and viewers, if you're watching the video version of this, know what I'm talking about. Slim Black and Dynamite. Now everyone knows I'm 45. But it's hard to teach and coach when I don't have real, not dates. Yeah, I guess dates. I want to know what's happening on the competition side. Like, yeah, maybe there isn't a tournament till next year, but I just want to know what people are talking about. Like, why isn't there a chat board? Why isn't anybody talking? Why is it? Is this hard to figure out? Or does nobody just want to make a move because everyone's too afraid of the liability? Is that it? Like, say something. Say that. Send an email, put it on Facebook, and be like, hi, we, the representatives of such and such association, federation, alliance, whatever, um, you know, are looking to do these events, and these are the ways we're going to figure it out. These are the things that need to happen in order to make it happen. Like Taekwondo Canada put that out about when they're going to try to have nationals, which we all kind of knew inside that it wasn't going to happen. And they said some of the things that needed to get lifted were like 14-day quarantines from province to province, and being able to find a venue that would refund them in case it gets canceled again, or they wouldn't lose their deposit or whatever. So, and even though just with COVID everything was still too risky, they just ended up canceling it. But yeah, that was good. Like, that at least kind of let us know that there's a plan in place. We need a plan. We need to know that you guys have a plan. Don't we pay for people to think about the plan? I don't know. You know, I don't know if you guys are gotta wait on something else, on what Health Canada or Public Health says, or what everyone says. Like, I know, Taekwondo Ontario is putting it out. I get it. You guys are putting it out. Uh, there's like that newsletter that comes out. I guess I'm looking for something in between. Like, there's a lot of huge schools and networks. Like, you schools that have all the Canadian champions and Pan American champions and the world champions. Like, I look to you guys to figure this shit out. Like, I got the smallest club, I think, on the list. That's why, Carlos has been great at guiding us through this whole process. You know, Carlos is the man. He's in the middle. He doesn't. He's not even. He's not even in the middle. He's nowhere. He's on the outskirts. Does his own thing. Doesn't give a fuck. He truly doesn't. It's the best. You know. You know, if Carlos talks to you at a tournament, he actually likes you. Because believe me, if he didn't like you, he wouldn't talk to you. And sure, there's a lot of levels of like, hey, we all do. I have tons of different levels of I like this person. But even if you're at the bottom of I like this person, if I talk to you, I respect you. So that's fine. That can't be bad. Because if, just like, Master Batista, if I'm not gonna talk to you, I won't even look your direction. And if I do, I'm gonna look right through you so your ancestors feel it. It's gonna be one of those. Um, you'll know. But yeah, I'm not a big club. There's a ton of big clubs. I'm not gonna call anyone out. You guys know who you are. You know, you guys are always the big dogs at tournaments. Now I'm asking you, please, the big leaders, the big dogs, the ones that, all of my fighters and even myself as a coach, we hang out and watch all you guys do your thing. Even not even just the players, but even the coaching level, the response between coach and athlete. Like that's amazing when you guys have athletes for that long. We're new. Maxina just turned, she turned 16, or I guess she's turning 17, but still, she's young. We haven't been doing it for a long time, and my club is young. She was like one of the first breed of black belts I ever had. So we are so young in the game. All you guys with the world champs and multiple Canadian champs, what are we doing? Figure it out. How are we going to get games going? We need to fight. Like we need to figure it out. Like how did Dana White figure it out? There is a way. I had to figure it out for the gym. I got my club open and I have, 3,000 members. And sure, that's different than holding a Taekwondo tournament, but we got to figure something out, especially for the high performance. Just saying, we all know that you stop fighting, you're going to start losing it. It doesn't stay. Oh, I said it. Dang it.
Yeah.
But I was pretty good. I was catching it when I was doing it, but I know what. What do I know? Um, yeah, I don't know. Oh, I was gonna say it. No, that was I don't know. It's different than yeah, we got to figure it out. Like, I don't know. I don't have the power. I don't have the power to start delegating stuff. But I know how I would run it. you know, I know how I would do it. I know how I would get the. I, yeah, I. I don't know. I could figure it out. So if I could figure it out, then you guys that have been in the game way longer than me and been doing it at a higher level than me, you guys should figure it out. You know? I'm going to say that a lot. I should just have a t-shirt. The Balance 519, you know? Well, these kids got to fight. We need, like Pumse, you can do, yeah, that's awesome. They're doing it, online. You can do it at your club. Like, that's wicked. You can't fight online. Doesn't work. It's like someone told me that they were gonna try to do non-contact jiu-jitsu. Do you know how ridiculous that sounds? Non-contact jiu-jitsu. Non-contact jiu-jitsu. Non-contact jiu-jitsu. That sounds ridiculous. Okay, and I'm sorry, it's probably a thing, but that sounds ridiculous. It's like, oh, let's. This is wicked new sport that just got released in the Olympics. It's no punch boxing. It's so badass. It's like boxing, but there's absolutely no punches. Okay, if that's a poor comparison, I'm sorry, but no one can't contact jiu-jitsu. Oh, that sounds like P is for psycho. uh, oh yeah, you know there was this there was this guy online. Ah, this guy. He was trying to chirp, saying all this stuff about. Oh man, I wish I prepped because I would have got all my screenshots ready. This guy started chirping about stuff he shouldn't have been. You know what? I'm not going to get into detail, but I'm going to say enough that you know who you are, and the people that knew what was going on, you're going to know who I'm talking about, and you know who you are. Oh man, this guy. Oh. And then he's like, "Oh, cops are gonna come visit you real soon." Shit, you know what? All honesty, there was some cops that came to the gym that day to work out. You fucking dumbass, idiot. Oh man. These guys, you call them out, and they got nothing, man. They got nothing to say when you got called out. Oh jeez, this troll, man. I'm gonna smack him so hard his tattoos will fall off. Then there's the other side, and there's people that I think are a little extreme. uh, yeah, I think they're a little extreme. I think the measures we're taking are enough. Nobody really knows. I mean, even health, the public health, like it changes all the time. We their information's been changing the whole time. Everyone's just learning as we go, so kind of have to figure out what would be safest for your business, and that's what we put together. But there's some people that are little, I think, I don't know, I think it's too much. Like, is it weird that somebody called and asked if we still had the air conditioning running? Is that weird? Do you want to know why? And I don't know. Somebody please say something in the comments if this is a thing. But yeah, they were telling me that if I didn't have the air conditioning off, that would be circulating the COVID around and be distributing it to other people in other rooms, so it wouldn't matter if they're wearing masks or not. This is what was told to me. Um, You know what? I think that's the only extreme. Oh no, I've heard like extreme stories of people visiting family and being totally exiled to the edges of time because they didn't want them near them. Um, and again, that's like your own rules, your own life. If that's how far you want your family, then that's fine. But it was kind of funny, the story. Like, the family they went to visit stayed inside uh, um, a screened gazebo in the shade. Obviously, they're in a gazebo. And the family visiting had to like basically sit outside in the hot sun when it was like 39 humidex because they weren't allowed to be that close. Uh, and then, yeah, anyways. And this wasn't long ago, so it's not like it was before stage one or anything. Uh, yeah, I think there's always two sides. People that don't do enough, and maybe people that do a little too much and just do the extra extra. Like, you're frontline, you're in a hospital, you're dealing with those patients. Yeah, yeah, I totally get it. You guys suit up for war. I'm not saying you don't. You need to wear all the PPE if you're in the long term care hospitals. I get it. You got to wear all that. Not saying you don't need to, but there's definitely some extremists that I see around in grocery stores and in vehicles and things. Whoops. um, there's one thing about I know some guys that I'm gonna have on the show, and they got the shaft. You know when you hear of the nice guys that finish last? You know those guys? Oop. But you know those guys? I know a couple of them. One's actually an American. Um, and he came here, I believe, for school. Oh man, he's a really good friend of mine too, and it's so like I got no memory anymore. Remember? But yeah, he's one of those nice guys. Got with the wrong girl. The only good that came out of them was the beautiful children he had. But man, that guy was. I met him when he was in the middle of his roller coaster, and he has a bunch of crazy stories. Because you usually only hear about, you know, the guys that are assholes, and it's always the bad guy. There are good guys. I know some good guys out there. I do. I know a lot of them. I know some really, really good dads, good men. You know, I said it, but I know these. I know them really, really well, and I know some that I know a couple. It sucks that I know that many. It sucks to know enough great guys that got treated so poorly by women. And I gotta say that. You know what? I have to accept it. I'm gonna say that all the time. K Jammer. It's one of my sister's nicknames. She says Smarty Pants. But I love her anyway. The good guys. Yeah, it's unfortunate that I know too many good guys that got got the shaft from bad partners, man. Bad partners. Um, yeah, it got my one American friend that I was talking about. Uh, the lady started getting involved with a lot of drugs, and um, you know, accept it. She was a bit of a floozy, shameless hussy, running around doing the bad thing. So that mixed with the drugs, it was just not good. Trying to get, you know, their kids were in a rough spot. They went through a lot of rough things. Regardless, it's not my story to tell. I'm gonna have him on. He doesn't even know it yet. I haven't even messaged him. He's gonna hear this and be like, kind of sounds like me. I'm American. How many Americans does G know? Shit. Um, Another guy, really good guy. Uh, he's with the Canadian Armed Forces. He's done a ton of bodybuilding shows. The guy's allegedly in his 50s. He looks like he in his 30s. Uh, Tore a pec, and his chest is still one of the biggest in the city. We tried to break it down, guys, but it's still too big. The chest is too big. Um, yeah, he got the man. That was another rough one. I don't know if I have a mic strong enough to handle him if I have him in studio, but I won't tell his story. That's his story to tell. And of course, there's a story of a really good friend of mine. No, I'm not gonna say no names. I don't need to. He went through. I was the closest in seeing all of that unravel in my face for the last whatever 9, 10 years. But things are looking up for this individual. Really good. He broke free. Then he had a little rough patch because I don't know, some weird people at that moment. But then everything's getting better now. Pardon me. If that was live, you heard it. But if it's after the fact, I'll cut all that out, obviously. But yeah, he, man, broke free. Because, man, found out some stuff. Got a lot of proof of a lot of stuff. And, man, I don't know why he doesn't say it, use it, whatever. Saving it for a rainy day. But that guy, he went through, you know what, I'm not even saying all three guys, three different stories, three different terrible situations, to really great guys. So I'm going to have him on as well. I'm not saying that all guys are good. I'm just saying there's a lot of negativity towards, men that do bad things. I get it. They should be talked to that way. And they should be like, but same for women. If there are women that treat men bad, then, I think people should know about it. And I don't care about outing who these women are. That's not the point. The point is that there's a lot of guys out there that are afraid to say something because it's not tough and macho to say that they think they're getting, emotionally or verbally abused all the time, because they either get blackmailed, into, you know, saying, I've been saying it a lot, about doing what they want them to do, or they're going to call the cops and say that they were doing something inappropriate. And sorry, but that's instantly, it's unfortunate, but instantly they would probably get detained. Isn't that how it goes? I don't know. Somebody tell me in the comments if you're an officer of the law in this city, if that's how it goes. I mean, I get it. Like, if somebody, my sister ended up dating, and, you know, she said this guy, whatever, of course I'm going to believe her. It's my sister. Then again, I've seen my sister choke out somebody, a man, at a party. I won't say your name either. We all know who you are too. It was a mutual friend. It wasn't. It was funny. But seriously, it's yeah, it's that's a thing. It is actually still a thing. People are gonna laugh. People are gonna, oh, and I get it. You're gonna just defend. I'm not. Oh man, there are a lot of great men and women out there. That's all I'm saying. I just know this one's gonna go bad. But you know what? I know these three amazing guys, and I know, like, in my face, I've seen it. I knew their exes. I knew their ex-wives really well for years, and I've seen the abuse myself. I've seen it, heard it, read it. You know, I was the best man for two of these guys, and in the bridal party for the other one. So that's how close I am to these guys. FYI. So I have something to say because it's legit. I'm not just not making shit up like that other guy that tried to just talk all this shit about the ward and didn't work out for you, pal. uh, Slander and threat. Oh gosh, if I slander and threat you, well, you would know. All right, guys, all over the place for this coach's rant, but I think it worked out. It was all right. We will see you probably by the weekend. We move soon. Hopefully, be on the mic on Sunday. Hopefully, get an interview on Sunday. But because we're moving and the studio's moving, then we're hopefully gonna record in the new space, and hopefully have a guest. I got some pretty good guests coming. I got a couple IFBB pros. Um, I got a couple uh, business owners, a couple athletes, and some coaches. So stay tuned. Most of them from Guelph. Oh, I'm talking to a couple stroke survivors. They've been hitting me up. See my TikTok and everything. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Usually I only talk to fighters and bodybuilders, but my reach getting to my stroke survivor familia is awesome. Not all of us got out, the way we wanted to, and some of us still have things and areas that we need to improve on. Brain injuries are different. Nobody sees, you can see me at the club, even walking around talking to people, just think that, oh, he looks sore. He looks like his back hurts. Does your leg hurt? What, it's it's not it's not the way it looks. No, that okay, I get it. It is what the way it looks because that's what you see. But a brain injury, it feels so different. It's not like training injury sore. The reason I walk like that or respond like that when I get up, it's not due to soreness. It's more of I'm waiting for a response. The reason why I don't go fast up the stairs, the reason why I don't stand up normal, things like that, it's because my body and my brain is saying stand up right away. But my reaction time is so slow, and the muscle contraction time is so behind that it I have to wait on it. So it's a lot of waiting for the response. And then sometimes when I wait too long for the response, I'm not contracting the muscle soon enough when the foot or hip or the joint makes contact, if that makes any sense. So when that happens and I don't contract the muscle in time, then my joints feel like they're going to slip because my muscle's not holding the joint together. Oh, that probably sounds so crazy. But that's exactly what happens. That's what brain injury, well, my brain injury feels like. And other brain injury people I talk to, that's what they say it feels like. I have one of my BFFs for a long time. I haven't seen her in so long. Uh, Christine, I know you're out there in Europe. Miss you. Um, she suffers from MS. And I always try to really understand because, again, they're hurt, they're in pain, but you can't see it. You can't see the suffering like when my dad was suffering from cancer. It's all over them. You can see their bodies fade. But when it's a brain injury, I didn't understand what she would go through until I had the stroke. But now maybe not to the extent that she feels it, but a brain injury pain is so different. It's it's not, and it's nothing you can really use Tylenol against, or I use marijuana against it and it helps, but it's still temporary. Um, yeah, sorry, I got lost in my stroke there for a second. But yeah, I'm reaching the survivors. So, stroke survivors, if you're out there, I'm one of you. I would love to talk to you. I'd love to find out what your recovery was like and if I can help in any way. Being a trainer and a competitor, I did some exercises while I was in bed, just trying to get the mind muscle connection going. And it's never too late. Like, I don't care if you're recovering, it's been a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. You can always start, you know? You can always just start immediately. Because all the work you'll do from that point on will always be more than the work you weren't doing. Simple. Running the podcast. I'm going to get into that in another time. It's like 12:05 a.m. I have to train a client at 9, and it's probably going to take me a bit to unwind after this and see if everything recorded. But yeah, my next segment, I'm going to actually just dabble into how I started the Balance 519 and why the podcast and why get all this going. Why do it? How did it happen? And why do I want to do it? Like, what's the why? Am I just a blue collar gym owner? You know, we ain't got no corporate gym. Mike and I, man, we're doing all. We're doing 6 in the morning to 4 at night. Does that sound like a rich lifestyle to you? No, you know why? Because we can only afford to have staff after 4 o'clock. Believe me, if we could afford the staff, we'd still try to enjoy the little bit of summer left with our kids. But that's not happening, man. There's no money. There's no money. Well, we don't want to lose it. We're not going to. Ah, we're gonna do everything in our power not to, but we're not gonna be stupid either. There is a line where if it's not gonna happen, you just can't keep going into debt, and not be able to switch gears. We're not gonna be done with it. We still got to be able to recover and switch gears into some new venture if this isn't going to work out. But believe me, everything Fitness League Fighting Academy, I will die trying. You're going to keep that thing going, man. All you haters out there, you know, all those, non members and members that just former people that just like to talk shit. Go on, man. Whatever. Use that time. Talk shit. Don't respect us and have all these awesome things to say and tell us how you would run our business and tell us how you would do the mask law and and have all those beautiful nasty things to say when we make decisions on cleaning times and having to wear your mask and social distancing and the screening at the front desk, like, sorry, it's going to take 30 seconds for you to read something, and make sure that you're fit to play, as we say there. And I said it, but your safety's first, that's why not? Why can't everyone's well-being be first? And why can't that be a good idea? But other people have to just talk shit and make us feel like shit. That we're ruining things and their workouts and, we're abiding by things that don't make sense. No, it makes sense to us. So we're going to do it. Because I want to keep the members safe. Mike wants to keep the members safe. All our staff wants to keep the members safe. And anyone else that visits. Our family's safe. If we bring in people, we had people coming that wanted to come from Mississauga and Brampton to join because they're still in stage 2. No, you can't bring your stage 2 here. Harm my people or, infect them with your COVID. I don't want to. No, I just can't. That's just not how it. We can't do that. Doesn't make sense. I wouldn't. If I was a member, I wouldn't want to know that my gym was letting in people that weren't in stage 3 or just like. That's why we won't do guests right now. Sorry, there's no guest privileges, but guess what? The 50 count is for the actual members right now. If our count goes up, then sure, you can bring your son, daughter, friend. That must be in stage 2, obviously. But I think that's it for my rant. Just for those haters, man. Open your own gym. Trying to tell us how to run it. Well, you can, go buy all your own equipment. Go lease, 20,000 square feet of space and make your own gym and make your own mask law. Train there. Do that. And these haters don't even train at the club. They just want to talk shit. And good. Where's your club? Oh, you don't have one. Oh, yeah. You don't have one. Well, I guess you won't be making any laws anytime soon. Jeez. Sit your $5 ass before I make change. These guys. You don't go far with hate. But people do it. You get further with empathy. These are tough times. We're all just trying to survive. Everyone's just trying to squeak out and get ahead of everyone else instead of help everyone else. If everyone used their hand to help someone up instead of push someone down, we'd probably get further. It's just how it works. All right. I'm calling it. That's it. There's the Balance 519. It's Gary Aguto coming at you from Guelph again in the basement. But the podcast is moving upstairs. Next week we move. It's going to be better. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'll probably hit you guys up Sunday and give you the breakdown on why this whole podcast thing came about. My turn to talk. Thanks for listening, guys. Be safe. Wear a mask. Social distance if you can. Stay in your bubble. Stay in your zone. Be good to everybody. Every shape, every gender, every race.